Hi, welcome to Kachai with Lucky. That's me, and of course my good friend Babu Mariam. And today, Mariam, we want to look at when is enough enough? When do you throw in the towel? No gamba nchitade.
First of all, I think most people, I'm not going to say men or women, they never know when enough is enough.
Right.
Because they keep hoping something will change. But for me, I feel that when you feel that you're not yourself anymore in the relationship, yourself means what? Number one, you're not happy with yourself. So if you're not happy with yourself, definitely you're not going to be happy with your partner. So I believe that if you're not feeling happy with yourself in the relationship, every time you're with this person, there's no joy. It's not about quarreling, but you know your inner self is not happy and it comes out. Either you're not communicating with the person, the lucidica, they call lucidica,
Right.
or you're trying to avoid each other even within the house, because you've heard of people who actually even don't share bedrooms. I mean, so what are you doing? Is that a relationship? Is that marriage? So
But what if, because that can be, sometimes a relationship goes through phases.
Yes.
You know that. You're in a relationship, some days are good, some days are bad. You can have like a stretch of really bad moments in your relationship, but it doesn't mean that it cannot be saved. But there are incidences, for me, I feel like those ones don't even need saving. If you're in a relationship where you are battered,
yeah,
there's domestic violence, I don't think that you should wait.
that one I don't even compromise.
You shouldn't wait. And it's very hard, because most people who are in domestic violent relationships, they don't really think that that's it.
You know
they
why?
keep on assuming that he will change.
You know why?
Maybe I'm the reason as to why he's like this.
That's what
they
I was
keep
going
on
to tell
blaming
you.
themselves.
Yes. So they kind of make excuses for that person. And in the excuses, they tend to believe that, you know what? Oh, he'll change. Oh, he'll change.
But for me,
but you see, a bitter will always be a bitter.
Right.
So you can't be there hoping that someone who is actually battering you is going to change. No, they're not going to change.
We can both agree that if there's any sort of violence in that relationship, whether it's coming from a man or a woman, that relationship is very hard to save.
It's very, very toxic, yeah. And then, the issue of infidelity. You know, when there's infidelity, some people do forgive, but there are people who cannot take it as well. Just like the domestic violence, I mean the physical, physical abuse. So infidelity can also there's a limit. There's a limit. I think I shared with you a colleague of mine who was going through the same.
Right.
And she kept complaining about infections. So I told her, you know what? We are ready to come for your dead body.
Yeah, because it was.
So now she's out.
My issue is, people will tell you that most men cheat, right?
Yes.
They will tell you that cheating is not the end of a relationship. And really, it shouldn't be the end of a relationship, because things can be worked on.
Yeah.
For me, my issue is, if somebody cheats on you and they show no remorse,
Exactly.
that is enough.
Exactly.
Because somebody who cheats on you and shows remorse knows that they're doing a wrong thing.
Yes.
But you have people who cheat on you and throw it in your face.
And they even make it a habit.
That
is why we are saying when is enough is enough.
That's when it's enough.
Exactly,
I'm not.
Exactly.
I can understand you cheated, you were tempted, that's fine. If you say you're sorry, I can understand that. I can try to internalize that. But if you are cheating on me, you don't show report. Mariam,
and you know what happens? It even comes with the disrespect.
Exactly.
It makes you feel like you don't even deserve, to look at
like
yourself.
you're not worthy
your self-esteem.
anything.
So really, let me tell you, no, like you said, if someone cannot be remorseful, because like you say, we believe that every man cheats.
Which is not the truth.
Which is not the truth, by the way.
Yeah, it's not the truth.
And
not
we don't
every
want
man
to preach
cheats.
that, but you see, at the end of the day, what does it make you as a person? Does it make you feel worthless? Does it make you lose your self-esteem? Does it make you unhappy? And if it does all those small things that actually make you into a totally different person, walk.
I have a friend, and I was just, trying to tell you the story. Her man used to cheat many times, and he would apologize. And she would take the man. And she'll be like, men are like that. Lucky, what do I do? I'm like, okay, if you've decided to forgive your man, that's good. And then this one last time, it was different. The man cheated and even went ahead to give her number to his side thing.
So the other side thing called to abuse.
The other side thing called to abuse.
You know,
Bananga, they abused her. So
And-
the next morning she calls me, she tells me, listen, this guy did it again. I take Uruno. I was like, you know what? I was like, that's it. That's
No.
it. You can't. I don't know
Yes.
how you're going to forgive that. Because now it's coming with no remorse.
Yes, and
Now it's
disrespect.
becoming disrespect. And that is going to be your new normal. And
Yeah.
you don't want that.
Yeah.
But you see,
Because you're going to
abaya
lose yourself.
kumanyira.
You're going to lose yourself. And then the issue of dishonesty.
Right.
First of all, me, I hate liars. I hate
We all
liars.
do.
No,
Who
some
likes
people,
lies?
no, some
Oh,
people,
please.
no, it's not about liking, but you know, there are some people who are lied to, and the lies are actually so naked that someone believes the lies.
Okay.
Me, I cannot take a person who lies. And I'm not talking about a one-off, because I also lie. But you see, consistent lying, the dishonesty, you know, you're saying this and doing something else, your actions don't tally with your words. Like, how long are you going to keep lying in the relationship? Honestly, me, I cannot handle a liar. So,
Yeah, and that's so true, because also sometimes, Mariam, if we continue to have a conversation on the same thing over and over again,
yeah.
it's obviously we are failing to communicate.
Yes, because you see, we are talking
It's
about
a-
something and doing
And
other
then,
things.
it happens again. If Mariam, you're my partner, and say you do something, you
Yeah.
steal money from me, right? I tell you, honey, yeah, you steal money from me. I've had that. The second time you steal money from me, we're still going to have a conversation on it.
Yes.
But for the fifth time, that means gundi
Exactly.
kaze.
Exactly.
So then you need to really sit down and ask yourself, do I want to continue with a thief in the house? Because I know for sure there's a condition for that.
Yeah.
Either they go and seek therapy, if they can, you know, if you think you can be that patient to wait for that, or you just walk out. Otherwise, now I could beat them all. Like, they're going to steal everything from you. So when you get to a point where you're having conversations on the same damn thing, and he's not doing anything about it, and
Or
that,
she.
or she's not doing anything about it, and it's affecting you mentally. Now, mentally is a big issue.
Yeah.
If it's affecting you mentally, I think it's about time that you listen to yourself and let that relationship go. Ata single to Tisa Mariam, people are scared of, okay, I give up this relationship.
Do you know
and
why?
then what?
Do you know why? Let me tell you, for all the people that I talk to, people are always scared of the unknown. Lucky, you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, do you?
No, and I don't want to know.
Exactly. So if today is here, live for today. But people always are scared of the unknown. Like, you know, if I leave, how am I going to survive without a partner? Or how am I going to balance things, you know? But, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't take the leap, it's a leap of faith. Because if you've had enough, really, why are you hanging in there? Why?
Some people will tell you, Mariam, and you know, you're a mother, I'm a
Yes.
mother. They'll tell you, I have to hang in there
Because of
I
the
have my
kids
children.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I have a story on that, but I won't tell it on camera. Let me tell you,
Why don't you tell the story
because,
on
you know,
camera? These
sometimes
cameras are kind.
I know, but you see, I've had so many excuses about even people who are very, very close to me about, let me hang in there for the kids, And
Which
at the end of the
is
day,
a valid point at
I
some
know,
point.
but Lucky, you see, the issue of enough is enough is a build-up of so many things. Let's look at the emotional detachment. You're emotionally detached as a couple. Emotional detachment is what? You don't communicate, you don't talk to one another, you only talk when there's a need to talk. What is a need to talk?
And there are so many relationships like that.
Yes,
you want to buy this,
or what, you know. And then emotional also involves the intimacy. You cannot even touch one another. You cannot even kiss one another.
I mean, if you're not emotionally connecting, where are you going to get physical?
Exactly. So emotional detachment is also a big part of it. I mean, people keep thinking that, I keep telling people, intimacy is a very, very strong thing in a relationship. Because intimacy is non-verbal communication, you know. But you see, you're not communicating with your partner. You're not even, you know, you can't do the things that you used to do when the relationship started. You can't sit down and even, like, you know, have a moment, even eat together. What are you doing?
But I don't want people to misunderstand us. We're not saying that give up your relationship.
Yes.
What we're trying to say here is that you need to look into yourself. If something is affecting you mentally, then that's not a relationship
And
for you to
emotionally,
be in.
you know.
People should stop being in relationships because of other people.
Exactly,
Like, I've
because
never
of
really
what
understood.
society will think of me, what my friends will think of me, what my parents will think of me. No.
You
no,
need
no,
to
no.
think about yourself as a human being, as you. Are you comfortable being in that relationship? Don't be afraid of giving it up just because your neighbor will say something about it. At the end of the day, it's your well-being. Let me be honest with you. The lifestyle diseases, some of them caused by what goes on in our homes, are really on the rise. That will include depression. You have a lot of people walking around
High blood
with
pressure coming from stress.
Yeah, because depression will then bring other complications which are heart-related. And you really don't want that. You don't want to die young just because you're hanging on to somebody.
Not
Did you grow up with that someone?
Exactly, even die because of someone. Why are you dying because of someone?
Right.
Let me tell you, no, there are so many, like you said, there's so many relationships where people are actually asking. I have a friend who told me that she feels like she's the ugliest person.
Wow.
And I told her, what? And she's like, yeah, I feel like even when I look in the mirror, I don't know who is looking back at me. And that's the marriage
Is it because
she's in.
because of a man?
Yes.
Okay.
She's married. There's been physical abuse, there's emotional abuse, there's all kinds of things. And I'm telling her, what's up with you? Like, you know, at the end of the day, I can't force you to get out, but you have to look at yourself. Like, talk to yourself. You're not happy. You're always crying. You're always sending me messages, Mariam, this and that. And I'm asking you, are you sure this is what you want?
And
are you sure that, you know, your daughters are looking at you, your kids are looking at you? And her kids actually, one of the kids actually told her that, Mommy, you're not happy.
But the sad thing is that kids can see that. The sad thing is that that person is already in pain. It's very hard for them to recognize or realize that they might need to get out of that relationship. You know why? Because they've gotten used to being abused. She thinks she's ugly and she has accepted that she's ugly. So she's going to need a group of friends and a couple of people to actually convince her that she's worthy, she's beautiful, she's a nice person, and she needs to get out of that relationship, which is very hard. But yes, I agree with you. Emotional, physical, any sort of abuse is enough.
And that's why I said from the start, at the point when you know that you are not happy with yourself in that relationship,
right?
It's showing you something. It's showing you that, you know what, I think I need to move on. Yes, we are all scared of moving on, but
you need to have conversations with yourself. We are not saying that every relationship that is troubled, that's enough. No, sometimes you look at your partner. They are great people. They are great partners that we know. And you know that your man is nice, your woman is nice. All you need to do is just work on the problems that you have.
Communication.
That's what you say.
Communication.
Let me tell you something. People say, oh, you remain Sigala and you fight for your relationship.
Yeah.
Fights are two people.
Yes, you can't fight alone.
I can't fight alone for the relationship if the other person does not want to work on it. If you are consistently fighting on your own to make your relationship work,
making excuses, hoping, I told you the hoping bit, you know, thinking tomorrow is gonna get better, you're telling yourself stories basically.
And the other person is just not showing any interest.
No.
Relationships where you have third parties in a relationship, and the decision making is based on those third parties.
I've heard about those as well.
That is a relationship to really think about.
Yeah.
Do you want to continue having these people make decisions for you?
And most
or
of
you're
the
going
time,
to stand your foot down and say, if you don't change, and people don't believe in ultimatums, but I do. If you know what you want. You tell him, listen, if this does not change and my decisions are made by the other person, then I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave.
Are actually relatives, in-laws. They tend to...
Or a side dish. Hello?
Yeah, even side
dishes.
Yes,
which is even heartbreaking.
So so third parties include all those, but you know, yes, most of the relationships some relationships that I know, the decisions are being influenced
by other people. And that's why the problem is. So you
basically become like a diagram, a picture on the wall.
This is a good one. This is a good one. I think it happened recently, and a certain couple was going through issues. We all have different things that we look out for in a relationship, and we have goals, we have objectives in those relationships. If you feel what you are looking for in a relationship, and this is not just marriage, it's just relationship, what you're looking for in the relationship is not being met,
Yeah.
do not settle. Banange, don't settle.
Yeah.
Because later on you regret why you settled with this person,
Because
and
it's
yet
going
they
to-
didn't have what you were looking for.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you see, Lucky, it's very easy to fall in love. Even when you think that what you're looking for will come, it's very easy to fall in love. So when you fall in love, sometimes you're caught off guard.
Right.
And we can't say we blame people for that, because falling in love is very, but when you're in there, now you have to either find a balance of patience. On the, I'm telling you, like, let me tell you why. No, let me tell you why. Like I said, falling in love is very easy. Most times it's very easy. But you see, some people go in thinking that, what I want will come. So when people settle, then they come, they come, face to face with reality. This is not what I wanted in the relationship, or this.
Then you get out.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Exactly. That's
not what you're looking for. We can go on and on forever, but this was an interesting conversation, and we can continue with it some other time. When do you feel that enough is enough? Look inside you. The answer is within you. Kachai keko. Hanelo elo ba mukalu.